A young Muslim entrepreneur just doubled his earnings overnight through Bitcoin. But now he's sitting on his prayer mat, troubled, confused. He just read a fatwa saying cryptocurrency is haram. Another video says it's halal. So he wonders, did I just earn haram income? Is this money even pure? Will Allah accept my charity with this wealth? If you've ever felt this confusion, you're not alone. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so you never miss any authentic Islamic answers rooted in Quran and Sunnah. Now let's start from the core. Not with technology, but with the timeless guidance of Islam. Before we even touch Bitcoin or blockchain, we must ask, what does Islam consider valid wealth? What defines haram and halal in money matters? There are 5 foundational principles that scholars use when judging any financial tool, whether it's gold, a credit card, or cryptocurrency. The first principle we should keep in mind is mal, or wealth. In Islamic law, something must be tangible, useful, and possess real value to be recognized as mal. As Imam al-Sarakhsi writes in Al-Mabsut, mal is anything which has utility and can be stored for future benefit. Now pause and think. If people today widely accept cryptocurrency as a store of value and a medium of exchange, if it is being used to buy products, pay salaries, and even donate to charity, then doesn't that suggest it could qualify as mal in Shariah? The second principle is one that deeply concerns our faith, gharar, or excessive uncertainty. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, strictly forbade such transactions. He said, "Do not sell what is not with you." Cryptocurrency is known for its extreme price swings. One day it's rising, the next it's crashing. This naturally raises red flags. But here's the question. Is this any different from stock markets? From forex trading or national currencies in unstable economies? The key isn't volatility itself. It's whether the risk is manageable and understood, or if it's pure speculation based on blind chance. Now we come to the third and most uncompromising rule in Islamic finance: riba, or interest. Riba is categorically haram, and no scholar in any madhab permits it. Allah warns us in the Quran, those who devour riba will not stand except like the one driven to madness by Satan. So how does this relate to cryptocurrency? If you are simply buying and selling crypto, holding it like gold or silver, there is generally no riba involved. But if you're borrowing crypto and paying it back with interest, or engaging in futures contracts and margin trading, then you're directly entering into contracts tainted with riba. The fourth principle involves something many overlook, but it's deeply rooted in the spiritual ethics of Islam: qimar and maisir, gambling and games of chance. Ask yourself, are you genuinely investing in cryptocurrency? Or are you jumping from one coin to the next in hope of overnight riches? If you're chasing pump and dump schemes and gambling on hype, you've fallen into something dangerously close to digital gambling. Imam Ibn Qudama warns us in Al-Mughni, any gain that depends on chance rather than labor or trade falls into maisir. So again, it comes back to intention. Is your involvement in crypto built on knowledge, patience, and trade ethics? Or is it a digital lottery ticket dressed in fancy tech? And finally, the fifth principle is one that defines the soul of Islamic law: maslahah, or public benefit. Islam embraces innovation, but only when it serves people and uplifts society. If crypto can help protect people's wealth from inflation, if it can give access to the unbanked and underprivileged, if it enables secure, traceable, and honest charitable giving, then it is not just a tool of finance. It becomes a tool of mercy, of justice, and of ease. And our Shariah has always welcomed that which brings benefit and removes hardship. Let's return to our young man. He now understands these principles, but he still asks, what have the scholars said? Let's hear directly from the scholars and their fatwas. We begin with a respected and pioneering voice in Islamic finance, Mufti Muhammad Abu Bakr, Shariah advisor at Al Baraka Bank in Pakistan. In 2017, he published an in-depth research paper titled Shariah Analysis of Bitcoin. After exploring the nature of Bitcoin, its uses, and how it fits into Shariah categories, he concluded, Bitcoin qualifies as Islamic money as long as it is used in lawful transactions and not for gambling or illegal activity. He noted that Bitcoin holds value, is widely accepted, and does not inherently involve riba, as long as it is traded ethically. Then comes the view from the Sharia Review Bureau in Saudi Arabia, one of the most active research bodies in modern Islamic finance. In 2020, they released a comprehensive analysis of crypto assets like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Their conclusion was nuanced. They said, crypto tokens may be permissible if the underlying contracts are free from interest, excessive uncertainty, and fraud. They emphasized the need for clear structure, ethical intention, and compliance with Islamic contracts. But not all voices were permissive. From India, the prestigious Darul Uloom Deoband, one of the oldest Islamic seminaries in the world, issued a more cautious fatwa. They declared cryptocurrency not permissible, citing concerns over extreme speculation, lack of intrinsic value, and high risk of fraud and price manipulation. Their scholars warned Muslims to stay away until clearer systems and regulations emerge. In Turkey, the official religious authority, the Diyanet, also issued a strong statement in 2017. They ruled that buying and selling cryptocurrencies is not appropriate in Islam due to their lack of central backing, vulnerability to criminal misuse, and severe volatility. Their verdict leaned toward caution, fearing that crypto may become a gateway to exploitation and injustice. And then there is the towering figure in global Islamic finance, Mufti Taqi Usmani. His voice holds weight across all four Sunni madhabs, especially in the Hanafi tradition. Though he has not issued a conclusive fatwa declaring crypto halal, he has raised serious concerns. In various conferences, including the AAOIFI Shariah conference in 2018, he stated, cryptocurrency remains under examination. Its instability, misuse, and lack of regulatory frameworks require cautious engagement. He did not declare it haram, but called for further clarity, oversight, and ethical boundaries before approval. So what do we see? Across the globe, whether from Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, India, or Turkey, the scholars are not divided in arrogance, but in care, in fear of misleading the ummah, in dedication to purity in trade. Some have given conditional approval, others have urged caution, and a few have clearly warned against it. But what unites all of them is one message. Do not enter this space blindly. Do not chase wealth at the cost of your soul. And do not think that digital success excuses spiritual disobedience. So now, let's step back, take a breath, and bring everything we've learned into one clear moment of realization. Is cryptocurrency halal or haram? The scholars may differ in details, but on one point, they all agree. It depends on how you use it. Because the ruling is not on the code or the coin, the ruling is on the contract, the intention, and the conduct. Cryptocurrency can be halal if it's used as a currency or a store of value, if it's kept clean from gambling, hype, and overnight schemes, if there's no riba, no hidden terms, no debt-based exploitation, if it's bought and sold transparently, with clear ownership and purpose, then yes, it may be permissible. It may even be beneficial. But crypto can also be haram if it's used for get-rich-quick fantasies, for manipulation, for deceit, for speculative greed. If it becomes a tool to bypass Sharia ethics, a mask for gambling, or a gateway to riba, then no matter how profitable it is, it will never be pure in the eyes of Allah. Remember, technology is never the enemy. A knife can prepare food or it can spill blood. The difference is in the hand that holds it. Crypto is no different. It is not evil. It is not holy. It is a test. And how you use it will be written not just in your wallet, but in your book of deeds. So if you're already in the world of crypto, ask yourself, is your wealth purified? Is your trade ethical? Are your earnings free from riba, deception, and harm to others? Because in the end, the value of your coin is not what matters. It is the purity of your income, the sincerity of your intention, and the pleasure of your Lord that will determine if it's worth anything in the hereafter. Do you believe cryptocurrency has a future in the Islamic world? Would you accept zakat in Bitcoin if it's regulated? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. Let's start a beneficial conversation.